Hello, everyone. I'm hoping I'm live. There I am. Yay! Good morning, everyone. Welcome to my craft room. Glenda Mollet here, independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Canada, beautiful Vancouver Island on the West Coast. I hope you had a wonderful weekend. It was a long weekend here in Canada. It's known as our Labor Day. And typically, our town has a salmon fest. But of course, this year they weren't able to have the festival part of the whole thing. So they did have a salmon derby, but town was stupid busy, especially traffic around the marinas. Holy man, I'm glad I had stayed home for the weekend. Okay, so thanks so much for watching me live today or catching me on the replay. I appreciate you watching. And if you would like to get all of my videos, please subscribe to my channel. That helps me a lot. So I cased this card from the catalog. Actually, it's a celebration brochure. And it's on page 8. I'll just show you here. So I was also inspired by one that I saw by Andra Monk. So here's the card I've cased. It uses the cloche I think it's a punch and the shaker domes, but I'm not using those. I'm just making a flat card that's easy to mail. Hi, Janet. Good morning. Thanks for joining me. Okay, here we go. So the recipe for this card is, let me put it up here out of the way. I have a basic white envelope. The card base is crumb cake, and it is 8.5 by 5.5, scored and folded in half. Then for the inside, I did something a little funky on the inside. I have a piece of real red that's 5 1/4 by 4, and then a piece that is 5 1/8 by 3 7/8, and then 2 strips of garden green to do the trees on the bottom there, and I put a row of trees on the envelope as well. So there's the only stamping in this whole card is the Merry Christmas. So these pieces are, I know, quit saying I hate it when I do that. 1 1/4 inches wide, and then whatever length you need. A piece of basic white that is 3.5 by 3.5, and I'm going to do the die cut and some tree stamping on that. Can't quite see it. Piece of crumb cake that's 2 by 3. I've already pre-punched out the deer, and I'll show you how I did that. I have 2 strips of designer paper. This is the Peaceful Prince designer paper that's free during celebration right now. So I have 2 strips of that. That is 3/4 by 3 7/8. Then I have 3 strips that are 1 1/4 by 3 7/8. I'm also going to use red rhinestones, the Hippo and Friends dies, and I'm going to use the biggest one of those. The Pretty Pillow Box dies for the sentiment. Evergreen Elegance for the sentiment on the inside. And Peaceful Deer. Now, if you have the stamp set, you can punch that out or stamp it and punch it out. But if you have the designer paper, there's a sheet in here that has, let me just get it out, deer all over it. Now these punch out, half of these punch out with the deer punch, because you'll notice the head is on this side, so it'll punch out these ones, but the head is not on that side, it's on the opposite side, so you can fussy cut these, Or just do what I did. I just turned it over and then you get this lovely plaid, and I just punched a plaid deer out to put on the front. Okay, so I'm going to, first of all, find my paper, and I'm going to die cut Hippo and Friends, and I will be right back. Because, of course, I forgot to move my machine over. You know, it happens. I forget a lot to move the machine over. So, and I also forgot to say, good morning. It's not often I get to show my face during these things, but there you go. So back to the desk view. Let's see the important stuff. Okay, so I've got my background die cut out. And did I not put a piece in here for the sentiment? Uh-oh. Oof. I'm going to get this out. And the Merry Christmas is, the stamp is photopolymer, so I'm just going to die. Oh, there you go. What a blondie. I'm looking right at it thinking, where's my piece? But I cut it out of crumb cake. Oh, Lord. Hang on. There we go. And then the rest of it I'm going to use to punch out the antlers. Morning, Carmen. So we have this, we live in a part of town that has a lot of green space around us, and we're forever getting deer. And of course, right now they're fattening up for winter, right? So they're eating everything in my garden, absolutely everything. Bizarre. So we have two male and one female out there destroying everything in my garden. They're eating the trees, they're eating the plants. They're even eating the plants on my front porch. Okay, so I'm going to stamp this. I'm hoping I get it centered and move it up a bit so you can see what I'm doing. There we go. There's the Merry Christmas. And the inside piece, I guess I should have kept that out because I need to do that too. Just give it a little bit of inkage here. All right. See if I can get it straight. I don't know whether it's straight. The label is straight or not. Couldn't tell you. Oh, could have been down a bit. I think I'm going to. And let's see. Well, it's not too bad straight-wise, but I did it up too high. Definitely did it up too high. It's to go down a bit. So we'll straighten that out on my grid paper. Put this on where I think it should be and curve it down a bit and bring it down a bit. There we go. Got it. There we are. Okay. So last night I was live in my VIP group creating a card. I will show you what we did. We created this card during my Facebook Live last night, and the link is in the description of the video if you want to join my VIP group. And then they want, because we were finished early, they wanted me to go on and make a Christmas themed one. So I grabbed the Peaceful Poinsettias stamp set and did exactly the same card using the poinsettia one and made it a happy birthday card. Isn't that adorable? we had so much fun during our online crafting session. Okay, so I'm going to punch a string of trees. So I put this in here. Oops, of course I have the punch upside down. Hello, Blondie. Then I turn it over and I make sure that I'm right to the edge right there. So I get the first tree is a full tree. And then punch. And then you move it along. And can you see the picture on this side? You move it along until you cover up the gray and there's only silver left there. Then you know that it is lined up. Punch again, and then you do the same thing, roll it along. I made these extra long just because I want to have room to play to see what trees I want to use. So there, that gives you a whole strip of trees. And I'm going to show you a funky thing in a minute about the leftovers for these. Okay. And again. I like this punch. I've used it a lot because it's really versatile. It doesn't have to be Christmas. Okay. So I have my 2 strips. And now I have all these leftover pieces. And if you look at them closely, they don't look much different than these pieces. So what I do sometimes is I find pieces that match like that, and I'll put those on the inside or on the envelope. See, and you end up with a whole whack of these. Now, using cardstock, you will see the join in between the two, but if you use black glimmer paper, which we're going to do in my club tomorrow, you can't see, or anything with texture, you can't see the joins. Isn't that cool? But I punched 2 strips, so I don't need to use these. Get them out of my way. All right, let's do some stamping. Need my dirty paper. Get this out of the way. I don't want to lose my antlers. There we go. Now this die cut can be used this way or it can be used that way. It depends on which way you want it on your card. And I did the original one this way, so I'm going to flip it and do it this way. And garden green. Now this tree image is photopolymer. So I like to use, oh, I guess I don't need this. I like to use my Pierce mat for this because it gives it a really nice solid, you can see it, you get a really nice solid image when you stamp it. Okay. Sorry, I just hit something I shouldn't have hit. Okay, so here's the tree image, and I'm going to ink stamp just so I get different levels of trees, like some in the foreground and some in the background. Ink that up. And when I do this, I like stamping sideways. I know it's really weird, but that's what I do. So I'm going to stamp a tree and then stamp a tree. Now when I do this, I can't just stamp it the first time and then move it over and have it higher, because can you see that dark line there? So what happens is the ink hasn't been used on that line. so you'll get a line in your trees. So if you want a taller tree, in the background, stamp it off first and then go in with your tree. And then you'll get the look that you're going for. And I'm just going to play with this. There's the third level of ink. There you go. So you just make it however many trees you want. I love that. Okay, so we have our Merry Christmas. Get rid of that. We have that done. We have our strips. We have our deer. It's the other strips. We have our tree strips. We have our Merry Christmas. And we have our antlers. Okay. Let's build the front first. Let's put these things off to the side. My card back in here where you can watch what I'm doing. And I'm building it right onto the card front. Get my stamp and seal. Now, I think in that picture, they've kind of done this. I do believe, if I remember correctly. Well, they didn't do that exaggerated, but they are kind of crooked. So let's see what this is going to look like if I do this, just to make it a little bit more interesting. And then that side, and then that side. Oh, that would be cool. I like that. Okay, so let's do that. Let's go ahead and put the designer paper on first. And we'll kind of angle it that way. Now I'm not pushing down on it yet because I want to be able to move it if I have to. Because when you put stuff diagonally like this, it takes a little bit more planning than just putting it on there. It's called auditioning. Okay. And there we go. Ah, ooh. I'm getting better at using the stamp and seal. It's not quite as... Okay. Let me see this one. I just want to see if I can get those two side pieces relative. Oh, I did. Cool. Okay, I just wanted to make sure they were kind of equal. Now we'll put these strips on. Oops. Glue all over my finger. So are you guys going to have a good day? It's bright and sunny here where I am. And I have to be inside all day because of some commitments I have. So I won't be, now this has to be straightish. I won't be outside too much. Okay, so we'll get the adhesive on the other strip. And today is the 7th, so you've got 5 more days to sign up for my penguin party card class. Now, if you're part of my monthly subscription tutorial, this one is not included in it. Okay, so there's the paper. Now, take this. I'm going to put some adhesive on the deer. Let's do a little bit of Tombow. Now, the deer is flat. Ooh, stuff hanging off my Tombow. Okay, so this is one of those quick and easy Christmas cards that you can. I don't want to put adhesive right there by his ears because I have to slide the antlers in. This is one of those quick and easy Christmas cards that you can use up scraps of your designer paper. And you can use any designer paper. There we go. I'll just pop this up on dimensionals. Oops. And I'm not putting this one right to the edge here because it's going to hang off like that. Okay, now we have dimensionals for this. And just put a whole bunch on here. So my classes are back in full swing again. I do 4 a week online. And then I have my virtual classes because of course we can't get together. Well, we are allowed to gather in person right now, but I like to keep myself and my friends and customers safe. So we have elected to go virtual now for a while because it's really not a lot of fun having to craft with the mask on. There we go. And we'll just add this sentiment piece down here on the bottom. Like that. So there's the card. Now it looks a little bit different because of the deer, but like I said, you can use either one of the deer, and you can also hand cut if it faces the other way, or you can just have a deer that faces the other way. Oh, too much glue on there. Oh, come on. Okay, this one. I put the glue up too high. Put it down lower on this one. There. That looks so much like those cute little deer that hang out in my house, outside my house all day, every day. They are not scared at all. They're not timid at all. They're very bold. So had family out on the back porch last night or yesterday afternoon, barbecuing lunch, and the deer came right up into my backyard, and our oldest grandson was talking to it, and it just kept looking up at him going, "Hey dude, what you doing, dude?" It was bizarre. That was the doe. The bucks are a little bit more skittish than the does are. Okay, so there we go. There's our card. Now bring this in and trim the trees at the bottom. There and right there. I'm going to put it onto the real red piece first. Yay! Quick and easy card. Thanks, Carmen. Sometimes inspiration comes from the catalogs, and you don't have to make the cards exactly the way the catalog tells you to. Just have a little bit of cardstock hanging off there. I'm going to fix. Okay, now some tombow on the back here. I find it's easier to use Tombow to put this strip on than anything else. I'm just running strip along there. We'll put it, I like to get it, see it's uneven at the bottom, so I want to cover up all of that white. Or you can do it up. What did I do on the inside? I did it up, so I'll do it down so you can see the difference. There we are. So there's the inside done. Let's get some adhesive on here. And tomorrow I have my club stamping, so we're going to get together online and stamp the peaceful deer cards that I have for them. Okay, there's the inside, there's the front, and you know what it's missing? It's missing some Winkostella. Let's just put Winkostella on the antlers, and I think I'm going to put some on the deer as well, because why not? There we go. Oh, that's so pretty. You know, card's never finished until you put Winkostella on it. Now, there are little trees in the background, and you could just put some Winkostella on them too if you wanted. It's very easy to add it just to the ones you can see. There we are. There we go. Now, can you get the, there you can get the bling in there. Pretty. Okay, now for the envelope. So this one, I'm going to put a strip on as well at the bottom, but I want to make sure that I use a lot more glue on the bottom than I did on the inside. So I'm just going to lay it here. Okay, so if I cut here, there, I'll put glue on these ones. So I'm going to use a bit more. Along the bottom, get glue on there, and then go up at each side of each tree. Then there's less likelihood of it getting ripped off in the mail. Now I don't, full disclosure, I have no idea whether Canada Post or any of the postal places appreciate having strips of stuff along the bottom of your envelope, because I know they put barcodes and stuff down there, but that's okay. I like it. They'll just have to hand do it if they have to. There's the envelope. And I'm not going to go down over the bottom of this one, but I do want to, I'm kind of getting it centered, because if I go here, then I get a little tiny part of a tree over here, and I don't want that. I want half trees if at all possible. There we go. I'll just put it on there. Make sure it's glued down well, and I'll just cut the excess off. Just like that. There we go. Now I got glue on my scissors, but that's okay. There we are. There's the card and the envelope for today. Now you could turn this into Rudolph by putting one of the red rhinestones on his nose if you wanted. And if I was to do that, then I would put two on. So I'm going to put one right there to make him Rudolph. See, I put one there, and then I would put another one on, just so you have the uneven number, because right now there's 4. I don't like 4, so I would put 1 down here. You're very welcome, Janet. Thank you. There. So now I've turned that into Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer in all of his bling. You can see the bling on the trees. And the recipe is at the beginning of the video if you'd like to know what it is. There it is. I know I have hieroglyphics, but if you have any questions, send me an email. I'm happy to answer them. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. And I hope you can join me Thursday night at 8 o'clock in my VIP group for some live stamping. And if you're not already a part of my VIP group, click the link below and join us. And please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm trying to get enough followers so that I can get into earning some money from my YouTube videos. Enjoy the rest of your day, everyone. You too, Carmen. Thank you. And I'll see you soon in my craft room.